Welcome you all. Myself Mandu MK, lecturer in Government Polytechnic Belagavi, Diploma in Commercial Practice. Income Tax Practice, 6th semester, subject code 15CP 62T. Now, we are in Unit 4, Profits and Gains from Business and Profession. ಘಟಕ 4 ಲಾಭ ಮತ್ತು ಗಳಿಕೆಗಳು ವ್ಯವಹಾರ ಮತ್ತು ವೃತ್ತಿಯಿಂದ. In this unit, we have to studied already meaning and definition of business, profession, vacation, expenses expressly allowed, allowable losses, expenses expressly disallowed, expenses allowed on payment basis, problems on business relating to proprietary concern only. Now, we have completed all the topics, but we have to solve some of the sums on this. Section 29, Unit 4, this is the 5th session. Computation of income from business or a profession, problems and solutions. ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ 29ರ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ವ್ಯವಹಾರ ಮತ್ತು ವೃತ್ತಿಯಿಂದ ಬರುವ ಆದಾಯದ ಲೆಕ್ಕಾಚಾರ, ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳು ಮತ್ತು ಉತ್ತರಗಳು. ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್, ಯೂನಿಟ್ 4, ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಗೇನ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಬಿಸಿನೆಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಷನ್. 4ನೇ ಘಟಕ ವ್ಯಾಪಾರ ಮತ್ತು ವೃತ್ತಿಯಿಂದ ಲಾಭಗಳು ಮತ್ತು ಗಳಿಕೆಗಳು. ಲರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಆಫ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್. After studying this unit, the students will be able to understand and the meaning of business and profession. Identify the incomes chargeable under the head business and profession. Third, learn the process of calculating the net income taxable in case of business profession. Identify the expenses expressly allowed while calculating the net income. Fifth, identify the expenses expressly disallowed. Identify the expenses and losses allowed while calculating the net income. Explain the meaning of certain keywords. ಕಲಿಕೆಯ ಘಟಕದ ಧ್ಯೇಯೋದ್ದೇಶಗಳು. ಈ ಘಟಕವನ್ನು ಅಧ್ಯಯನ ಮಾಡಿದ ನಂತರ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯವಾಗುತ್ತದೆ. 1. ವ್ಯವಹಾರ ಮತ್ತು ವೃತ್ತಿಯ ಅರ್ಥವನ್ನು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳಲು. 2. ವ್ಯವಹಾರ ಮತ್ತು ವೃತ್ತಿ ಎಂಬ ಶೀರ್ಷಿಕೆಯಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ವಿಧಿಸಬಹುದಾದ ಆದಾಯವನ್ನು ಗುರುತಿಸಲು. ವ್ಯವಹಾರ ಅಥವಾ ವೃತ್ತಿಯ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ತೆರಿಗೆಗೆ ಒಳಪಡುವ ನಿವ್ವಳ ಆದಾಯವನ್ನು ಲೆಕ್ಕಾಚಾರ ಮಾಡುವ ಪ್ರಕ್ರಿಯೆಯನ್ನು ತಿಳಿಯಲು. 4. ನಿವ್ವಳ ಆದಾಯವನ್ನು ಲೆಕ್ಕಾಚಾರ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಸ್ಪಷ್ಟವಾಗಿ ಅನುಮತಿಸಲಾದ ವೆಚ್ಚಗಳನ್ನು ಗುರುತಿಸಲು. 5. ಸ್ಪಷ್ಟವಾಗಿ ಅನುಮತಿಸದ ವೆಚ್ಚಗಳನ್ನು ಗುರುತಿಸಲು. 6. ನಿವ್ವಳ ಆದಾಯವನ್ನು ಲೆಕ್ಕಾಚಾರ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಅನುಮತಿಸಲಾದ ವೆಚ್ಚಗಳು ಮತ್ತು ನಷ್ಟಗಳನ್ನು ಗುರುತಿಸಲು. 7. ಕೆಲವು ಕೀವರ್ಡ್ಗಳ ಮುಖ್ಯ ಪದಗಳ ಅರ್ಥಗಳನ್ನು ವಿವರಿಸಲು. Introduction. As we know that a person's income can be divided under 5 heads like income from salary, income from house property, income from capital gain, income from other sources, and profits and gains of business or a profession. Out of these 5 heads, profits and gains of business or profession are most important and largest head. The income from business to which a person is chargeable under this head represents not the gross receipts from the business but the profits and gains derived from there. For instance, in the case of a businessman, the gross sale proceeds would not be the basis for levying tax, but it is net profit or the profit or gain as determined in accordance with section 28 to 44 db as per Income Tax Act 1961. ಮುನ್ನುಡಿ. ಒಬ್ಬ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಯ ಆದಾಯವನ್ನು ಸಂಬಳದ ಆದಾಯ, ಮನೆಯ ಆಸ್ತಿಯಿಂದ ಬರುವ ಆದಾಯ, ಬಂಡವಾಳ ಲಾಭಗಳು ಬರುವುದರಿಂದ ಆದಾಯ, ಇತರೆ ಮೂಲಗಳಿಂದ ಬರುವ ಆದಾಯ ಮತ್ತು ಲಾಭ ಅಥವಾ ವ್ಯವಹಾರ ಅಥವಾ ವೃತ್ತಿಯ ಲಾಭಗಳಂತಹ 5 ಶೀರ್ಷಿಕೆಯಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ವಿಂಗಡಿಸಬಹುದು. ಆದಾಯ ತೆರಿಗೆ ಕಾನೂನು ಎಲ್ಲ ಆದಾಯಗಳನ್ನು 5 ಶೀರ್ಷಿಕೆಯಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ವಿಂಗಡಿಸಿರುತ್ತದೆ ಎಂದು ನಮಗೆ ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ತಿಳಿದಿದೆ. ಈ ಶೀರ್ಷಿಕೆಯಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ವ್ಯವಹಾರ ಮತ್ತು ವೃತ್ತಿಯ ಲಾಭಗಳು ಮತ್ತು ಗಳಿಕೆಗಳು ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಪ್ರಮುಖ ಮತ್ತು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಶೀರ್ಷಿಕೆ. ಈ ಶೀರ್ಷಿಕೆಯಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಒಬ್ಬ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಯು ವಿಧಿಸಬಹುದಾದ ವ್ಯವಹಾರದಿಂದ ಬರುವ ಆದಾಯವು ವ್ಯವಹಾರದಿಂದ ಒಟ್ಟು ರಸೀದಿಗಳನ್ನು ಪ್ರತಿನಿಧಿಸುವುದಿಲ್ಲ, ಆದರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಪಡೆದ ಲಾಭ ಮತ್ತು ಲಾಭಗಳನ್ನು ಪ್ರತಿನಿಧಿಸುತ್ತದೆ. ಉದಾಹರಣೆಗೆ, ಒಬ್ಬ ಉದ್ಯಮಿಯ ವಿಷಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಟ್ಟು ಮಾರಾಟದ ಆದಾಯವು ತೆರಿಗೆ ವಿಧಿಸಲು ಆಧಾರವಾಗುವುದಿಲ್ಲ, ಆದರೆ ಅದು ನಿವ್ವಳ ಲಾಭ ಅಥವಾ ಆದಾಯ ತೆರಿಗೆ ಕಾನೂನು 1961 ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ 28ರಿಂದ 44 ಡಿಬಿ ವಿಭಾಗಗಳ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ನಿರ್ಧರಿಸಿದಂತೆ ಲಾಭ ಅಥವಾ ಗಳಿಕೆವಾಗಿದೆ. The chargeability to tax under section 28 is based primarily upon the condition that the assessee must have carried on a business or a profession at any time during the accounting year, or it is also called as a previous year. Though not necessarily throughout the accounting year, there are 2 parts of this head. One is business and second is profession. ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ 28 ಅಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ತೆರಿಗೆ ವಿಧಿಸುವ ಸಾಮರ್ಥ್ಯವು ಮುಖ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಲೆಕ್ಕ ಪರಿಶೋಧಕ ವರ್ಷದಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ಸಮಯದಲ್ಲಿ ವ್ಯವಹಾರ ಅಥವಾ ವೃತ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ನಡೆಸಬೇಕು ಎಂಬ ಷರತ್ತಿನ ಮೇಲೆ ಆಧಾರಿತವಾಗಿದೆ. ಕರಾಕರಣೆ ವರ್ಷದಲ್ಲಿ ಅವನು ವೃತ್ತಿ ಮತ್ತು ವ್ಯವಹಾರವನ್ನು ನಿರ್ವಹಿಸಬೇಕು. ಈ ಶೀರ್ಷಿಕೆಯಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ 2 ಭಾಗಗಳಿವೆ, ಒಂದು ವ್ಯಾಪಾರ ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಎರಡನೆಯದು ವೃತ್ತಿ. ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ಸ್. ಎಕ್ಸೆಸ್ ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ಓವರ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಂಡಿಚರ್ ಈಸ್ ನೋನ್ ಆಸ್ ಎ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ಸ್. ಲಾಭಗಳೆಂದರೆ ವೆಚ್ಚಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಆದಾಯ. ಗೇನ್ಸ್, ಎನಿ ಇನ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟಲ್ ರೆವೆನ್ಯೂ ಫ್ರಾಮ್ ಬಿಸಿನೆಸ್. ಗಳಿಕೆಗಳು, ವ್ಯವಹಾರದಿಂದ ಯಾವುದೇ ಪ್ರಾಸಂಗಿಕ ಆದಾಯ. As the rules for the assessment of business, profession or a vocation are the same, there is no importance of making any distinction between them for income tax purposes. As per Income Tax Act, the calculation, computation of tax liability under income from business or profits from business or income from profession is same. Hence there is no any much difference between them. Hence these 2 titles are given in one head. ವ್ಯವಹಾರ, ವೃತ್ತಿ ಅಥವಾ ವೃತ್ತಿಯ ಮೌಲ್ಯಮಾಪನದ ನಿಯಮಗಳು ಒಂದೇ ಆಗಿರುವುದರಿಂದ ಆದಾಯ ತೆರಿಗೆ ಉದ್ದೇಶಗಳಿಗಾಗಿ ಅವುಗಳ ನಡುವೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ವ್ಯತ್ಯಾಸ ಮಾಡುವ ಪ್ರಾಮುಖ್ಯತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಆದಾಯ ತೆರಿಗೆ ಕಾನೂನಿನನ್ವಯ ವೃತ್ತಿಯಿಂದ ಬರುವ ಆದಾಯ, ವ್ಯವಹಾರದಿಂದ ಬರುವ ಆದಾಯವನ್ನು ಲೆಕ್ಕಾಚಾರ ಮಾಡಲು ಏಕರೀತಿಯಾದ ನಿಯಮಗಳು ಅನ್ವಯವಾಗುವುದರಿಂದ ಇವುಗಳ ಮಧ್ಯೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ವ್ಯತ್ಯಾಸವಿರುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ 20. We have already studied section 28 basis of charge in our previous sessions. Section 29, computation of income from business or a profession. We already know Section 29. And Section 30, expenses in respect of business premises, which are the expenses, purely expenses of a business. We have already studied in Section 3. Section 31, revenue expenditure on plant and machinery, furniture and pictures. Means some of the assets we have already discussed in our previous sessions. Section 32, depreciation. Now, depreciation is a separate topic we have already given. According to rules of income tax, we have to charge depreciation. Now, according to study of this, we can prepare a simple format for computation of income from business or a profession. Pro forma for computation of income under the head profits and gains from business or a profession, PGBP. It is simply called as a PGBP. First, we have to consider net profit as per profit and loss account. We have to take the net profit as per profit and loss account or balance as per income and expenditure account. It means the surplus value of the income and expenditure account. Now, in profit and loss account, there are some expenses given. They are not allowable. They are disallowable. There are some other expenses. We have to see what they are. Now, such category of expenses we have to add. 1. Expenses expressly disallowed but debited to P&L account. Expenses not allowed but debited to P&L account. Incomes or receipts taxable under this head but not credited to P&L account. Capital expenses debited to P&L account. Expenses, personal expenses debited to P&L account. Expenses in excess of the allowed amount debited to P&L account. Losses not allowed but debited to P&L account. Expenses not relating to the previous year but debited to profit and loss account. Undervaluation of closing stock or overvaluation of opening stock. Now, we'll get finally the total income. We'll get finally total income. After getting total income, we can deduct less the following items. Expenses expressly allowed but not debited to P&L account. Expenses relating to the previous year but not debited to P&L account. Losses allowed but not debited to P&L account. Incomes or receipts not taxable under this head but credited to P&L account. Capital receipts credited to P&L account. Incomes or receipts taxable under other head but credited to P&L account. Overvaluation of closing stock or undervaluation of opening stock. Finally, after making computation of these heads, we'll get profits taxable under the head income from business or a profession. Now we can solve some of the sum. We have already solved 3 sums. The fourth sum. The following is the trading profit and loss account of Miss Shraddha, owner of Mahalakshmi Sari Works, for the year ended 31st March 2021. Compute her taxable income for the assessment year 2021-22. Particulars: opening stock, purchases, gross profit. It is the part of trading account. Come to the credit side, sales, closing stock. Then we see the profit and loss account. Salaries and wages, rent and taxes, household expenses, income tax, postage and telegram, donation, LIC, audit fees, provisions for bad debts, sundry expenses, depreciation, profit for the year, gross profit, dividends, rent from building. In this question, trading account is given and also profit and loss account. We'll see other information. Additional information. His gross salary, here income from salary is also given. Gross salary is 3 lakh. From the company, he is working in a company, he is getting gross salary and contributed 10% of his salary to recognized provident fund. 10% means 30,000 is contributed for the recognized provident fund. It is savings. Purchase include 1 lakh paid as an advance to his supplier in March 2021 against goods to be delivered in April 2021. Now, according to this point, the total purchases, whatever we have charged in the trading account, out of that, 1,000 belongs to the next year. 1 lakh rupees, 1 lakh belongs to the next year because it is an advance payment. It is not actual payment. It is advance payment, which the material should be supplied in the April. From 1st of April, it means it is commencing from the next previous year. Rent and taxes include 20,000 being municipal taxes paid on a building let out. Now, in expenses given in the rent and taxes head, out of that 20,000 belong to the let out property, municipal taxes. Means these expenses are related to other head. This is not a business expenses. Now donations are paid to CMRF. Here the donations are given to Chief Minister's Relief Fund. Sundry expenses include 5,000 paid for books for his employment. Now, sundry expenses, the 5,000 is treated as a capital expenditure. Books is known as a capital. Depreciation allowable as per income tax rules, 15,000 rupees, 15,000. Now, we study this sum. According to income tax procedure, there are 5 heads of income. Income from salary is the first head. Income from house property is the second head. Income from business or a profession is the third. Income from capital gain, fourth. Income from other sources. In the question, information given in the problem, income from salary is also given, income from house property is given, income from business is given. We have to solve according to income tax procedures. First, taxable solution. Computation of taxable income. In this question, the total taxable income we have to compute. Not income from business, total taxable income. Taxable income of Ms. Shraddha for the year, previous year 2020-21, assessment year 2021-22. Sources of income amount rupees. Income from salary is given. Gross income is 3 lakh. Less deduction under section 16(1) standard deduction. There is no any other deductions are given. We have to deduct 50,000 as a standard deduction. Now, income from salary comes to 2,50,000. 2,50,000. Second title, income from house property. Gross annual value, GAV, building rent is given 2,50,000. Out of that, 20,000 is a municipal taxes paid. It is given in the adjustment, 20,000. Net annual value of the property is 2,30,000. Out of 2,30,000 under section 24A, we make deduction on standard deduction on net annual value. It comes to 69,000. Income from house property is 1,61,000. Now, these two heads are completed. Income from salary is 2,50,000. Income from house property is 1,61,000. Next, we'll proceed to the income from business. Income from profit and gain from business or a occupation. Net profit as per profit and loss account 1 lakh 8 lakh 26,000. 8 lakh 26,000. And purchases relating to April 2020. It is given in the adjustment 1 lakh rupees. We must add. Add inadmissible expenses expressly disallowed. There are certain expenses debited in the profit and loss account. As per IT rules, they are not allowable. 1. Municipal taxes paid 20,000. Now it belongs to the other head. Household expenses is purely personal nature, 1,40,000. Income tax is expressly disallowed expenses, 30,000. Donations comes under different head, 26,000. LIC is a personal and also it is chargeable under a different head, 80C. Provisions for doubtful debt expressly disallowed expenses, 10,000. Books purchase, it is a capital expenditure given in the adjustment, 5,000. Depreciation shown separately under section 32. Now we can charge depreciation separately, 20,000. Total the is 12 lakh 1,000. Less income express exclusively related to other head or exempted income. Dividend 50,000, rent from building 2,50,000. These are the income belong to the other head. Other head. Now, total 9 lakh 1,000. Less depreciation allowable as per income tax rules, 15,000. Finally, we'll get 8 lakh 86,000. 8 lakh 86,000 is income from business. Next, fourth head, income from capital gain nil, income from other sources nil. Here one income is given, but that is exempted, nil. Total income from all sources, 12 lakh 97,000. 12 lakh 97. Deduction under chapter 6A. First, we have to consider ATC, LIC 24,000. ATC contribution to RPF 30,000. Then it comes to donation to CMRF 26,000. Now, under ATC, the maximum deduction is 1,50,000. It is below the limit. We can allow fully. Donation to CMRF, it is 100% deductible. It is also fully allowable. Then the total 80,000 should be deducted in total income from all sources. We'll get 12 lakh 17,000 is income from taxable income. It is a taxable income. In this way, we can compute the total income or under all the heads. Now, if you have any doubts, you can ask the questions by WhatsApp group. Now, we'll solve one more sum. Question number 5. The following is the trading and profit and loss account of Miss Sneha, owner of Mahalakshmi Sari Works, for the year ended 31st March 2021. Compute her taxable income for assessment year 2021-22. Here also we can compute taxable income, particular salaries and wages, office wages, office staff, general expenses, interest on capital, bad debts, depreciation, advertisement, fire insurance, LIC, donation to PMRF, advance income tax, arrears of income tax current year, gratuity to staff, provision for sale tax, profit for the year. Particulars, credit side, gross profit 8 lakh, bad debts recovered, interest on government securities, interest on fixed deposit, dividends, Indian company, discount, commission, discount received and commission received, both are business incomes. Both are business income. Additional information. Gratuity paid is in excess of 5,000 due to mistake in calculation. Gratuity paid is in excess of 5,000 due to mistake in calculation. General expenses include rupees 20,000 being his son's tuition fees paid. Allowable depreciation is rupees 60,000. Bad debts recovered include 20,000 which were not allowed in the earlier year. Advertisement include 20,000 being the cost of calendars. Being the cost of calendars. Now we'll solve. Computation of taxable income of Ms. Neha for the previous year 2020-21, assessment year 2021-22. Income from profits and gains of business or a profession 2,20,000. Net profit P&L account for the year ending 31st-3-2021 is 2,20,000. Add expenses exclusively inadmissible. General expenses included tuition fees 20,000. Interest on capital is disallowable 50,000. Depreciation 80,000. LIC is a personal expenses 90,000. Donation, it comes under different head 50,000. Advance income tax, it is disallowable expenses 20,000. Arrears of income tax 10,000. Income tax for the current year it is also, and 5,000 gratuity paid excess 5,000. Provision for sale tax 50,000. Now total 3,75,000. We must add 5,95,000. Less incomes related to other head or exempted income. Bad debts recovered allowed previously 20,000. Interest on government securities 1 lakh. Interest on fixed deposit 10 lakh. Dividend 20,000. Total 1,50,000. 4,45,000. And less depreciation as per rules 60,000. Income from profits and gains of business as or a profession is 3,85,000. Now we can add other information. Income from other sources. Interest on government securities 1 lakh. Interest on fixed deposit 10,000. Dividend from Indian company exempted 1,10,000. 4,95,000. Gross total income from all sources 4,95,000. Deduction under section chapter 6A under section ATC LIC 90,000. Son's tuition fees 20,000. 1,10,000. Under section ATC maximum deduction allowable is 1,50,000. It is below 1,50,000 fully allowable. ATZ donation 100% donations. Donation to PMRF 50,000. Taxable income for the year 2020-21 is 3,30,000. In this way, we can calculate the sums. For any information, you can refer the textbooks. Singhania and Singhania Taxman publication income tax book. While purchasing textbook, you have to purchase for the relevant previous year 2020-21. In the market, different types of books are available, but you are the student of 2020-21 previous year. You can refer only that year books. Vinod Singhania, Singhania and Singhania income tax key, SC Mehrotra, income tax department website. You can refer website. In website, you will get all current and exact information. Myself, Mandu MK, thanking you. lecturer in CP 113 Government Polytechnic Belagavi. If you like this video, make like it and subscribe my YouTube channel. Thank you one and all.